All right, welcome in, everybody. Ignore my crazy dogs in the background. All right, I'm going to start things off with a bang here. I've had a lot of questions, especially in my Patreon group, that want to learn, they want to know about trading pairs. So I have up for you Chainlink versus the USD, and then we're going to look at Chainlink versus Bitcoin. And we're going to show you what the advantage is of selling to Bitcoin versus selling to USD, or selling Link to Ethereum, or whatever you have. If you have Cardano and you want to sell it to Bitcoin, or if Cardano want to sell it to Link, those are called trading pairs. You don't have to always sell back to USD or USDC. So I'm going to show you, make it easy as possible, and this should start clicking for you if you don't understand how this really works yet. So look at Link, its peak, back when it hit $20, right? $20 back in last summer, August 15th. So we'll go from August 15th, we'll take a measuring tool, August 15th, 16th, let's go 16th, because that's the actual peak. August 16th to January 1st, just to make it easy. January 1st, we close at the top of the candle, and if I could remove the bars here. So January 1st, we're looking at about a 40% drop. You see that on the top red? 40% drop between our high from Link to January 1st of this year. 40%. Now let's go see what would have happened if you would have sold it to Bitcoin instead of the US dollar. Any guesses? Just looking at the chart, you should probably have a better idea. So let's same date. We're going to keep it the same, make it easy. August 16th down to January 1st. At the top of the candle, we're not going to go to our low. We're just going to go where the January 1st candle closes. And 75%. So you would have gained another 35% of Bitcoin value versus selling to your USD and then buying Bitcoin, per se, January 1st. So if you would have just sold perfect top on Chainlink and sold it to USD, you'd have X amount. If you would have sold it to Bitcoin by January 1st, you would have 35% more buying power in your portfolio. That's how powerful that can get. And you can do that time and time again. Certainly in bull markets, it's the fastest, easiest way to build your money. And I love Link and I love Ethereum, so they have a trading pair as well. So I do that. Now I had Link here when I sold. I didn't buy back until December, right in this area, right? December 23rd, right in here is where I converted my Ethereum and my Bitcoin to mostly Link. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Link are my big three for sure. I trade primarily with those, and when you have a capitulation like this and going into despair, all my signals that I used to trade were telling me to buy right here. It was a perfect buy. And most of them were telling me to sell right in this area. So that's how you can maximize. Instead of selling to the dollar, if you just want to stay in, then that's how to maximize it. So you would have saved 35% on your portfolio by doing that. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. I know it's a lot of confusion, but that's about as simple as I can make it there. So any questions on that? Welcome in, everybody. Want to get that across first and foremost. Also, for live streaming, I've made these moving averages brighter and a little bit thicker so you can see them better. I can make the chart bigger. I don't know if that helps at all, but I feel like maybe the people like the prices on the side, the tickers. So you tell me if you don't want that on the side, or some people enjoy that. I got a lot of people that watch me over across the pond there, so they're all going to sleep. So I apologize if you're, not in my time zone, but you can watch us back if you guys don't know. A lot of people don't know that you can watch live streams back. You can replay these anytime. They'll be available. So what else we got? Do we want to do more stuff like that, or I don't know, whatever you guys want. The market's just, we're in a pause right now. The Cardano thing was kind of hit or miss. We already got the pump yesterday, right? The day before. I'm still bullish on Cardano, just so you guys know. Cardano's not by no means over. I mean, look where we were just 2 or 3 days ago. We were down testing $1 again, right? So who cares that we're at $1.23 now? It's still pretty good. If we were here this morning and we were $1.23 now, everyone would be happy. But just the fact that we went up to $1.50 today and then came back, and now everyone's worried, so to speak. So bigger time frames, people. You gotta focus on the bigger time frames. I mean, look at what Cardano's done. This is on the weekly chart. It's hard to hate it too much by doing that. So I've noticed a lot of people thinking Cardano's gonna, drop a lot, but nothing in the charts of showing that. And if you watch my video this morning, it's quite the opposite. So welcome in, everybody. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Ethan needs help. What's up, bud? Link, yeah, we can look at Link. I just covered Link. Link's fine. Link's, I can't like guarantee anything because there's nothing certain in crypto, but I have a lot invested in Link, and I wouldn't be invested in Link if I didn't have a strong feeling about it. And I think Link is going to surprise everybody between now and the end of the year. I think these prices will seem very cheap in the coming months. So don't get discouraged on Link. Link does his own thing. He drives when he's ready. He doesn't if he's not ready. He's Dominic Toretto. He races whenever he wants to race, and then he'll kick your ass. All right, going through the chat. Mario Golf. Any thoughts on Mario Golf? So we're going there already, huh? We're 8 minutes into the stream and we're going to video games. Mario Golf's good. I like Mario Golf. I haven't played it in years, but maybe I'll get that for the kids. Going through the chat. If I'm quiet, I'm not just ignoring everybody. The chat's over on this screen. I have a screen over here and I have a screen over here. If you didn't catch the trading pairs in the beginning of the video, go watch that. It's worth your while if you don't know about trading pairs. What, we retracted Mario Golf now? Another comment. Aave, we can go look at Aave. Aave's still fine. All these coins are still fine, guys. You guys have much too short of time frames if you're down in the dumps here. I mean, this is nothing bearish about this. Are you guys nuts? This is a weekly chart with almost a textbook bull flag. Get out of town. Aave is going to be doing very well soon. Do you see this? It's almost a perfect descending. Oh, look at these. This is perfect candle formation for a descending wedge. You have flat bottoms here, almost with even this wick too. Now you can loosely draw this wherever you want if you see this. So you don't have to go from the actual very top tippy tops. You could even draw it out here. So we could still have, till the end of this month or so, you can range up in this area, but we could also draw it more sharply on Aave. And if you break outside of this line, wherever that break is, this is about as loose as you can draw it, right? It's about as big a time frame as you can draw it. You can't draw it much more because then you're going to start losing touch points. And to have a most solid trend line, you got to have touch points. But this is on a weekly chart, so this is much stronger than a 4 hour or 1 hour or 5 minute or 1 second. We'll do some 1 second charts in a little bit once we die down here and have some fun. But if you see this, I mean, this is like textbook, close to being a textbook bull flag. If I could draw, I have trouble drawing in my videos apparently. too, if you haven't watched any of my videos lately. And I could take it off this stupid dotted line thing in a second. So you want to draw it from like where you really start moving up here. Got to replace the batteries on mouse apparently. It just doesn't click anymore. So you see that the dotted and the solid don't mean anything. I hear you complaining in the background. I'll change them to solid for all you people that can't follow that. All right. Random drawings. All right, and I see it now. Now do we see the flag? Is it if we've passed 3rd grade, we can see this flag, right? So you could, like I said, you could draw this from a few different standpoints. Generally, you want to draw it from the very tippy top of your flagpole, but you can see, which would be like right here, maybe up here. But just to be conservative, it'd be higher than this, basically, is what I'm saying. So if we were to break out at some point in the next, this is on a weekly chart, you gotta remember. So 1 week, 2 week, maybe the next few weeks. Now this doesn't have to break out. It's not saying 2 weeks it's gonna break out for sure, because some bull flags don't confirm out of this and they'll break to the downside. But so far, there's no cause for alarm. And if we break out, look at where Aave could be going. This is why in some of my videos I said Aave could be going to 1,000, because when I made those videos, we were close to breaking out up here, and you could potentially have done that. I think when we first made our first one, we were up even higher. So that's the cause, because we could draw it. Like I said, this is about the lowest you could go. You could draw this even at this wick, and then you'd be probably closer to 1,000 if you could follow that. So hopefully that clears it up for Aave, and you guys can stop worrying. Bigger time frames is what you need in your life if you're worried about this, about any of these moves. We're still on a bull market run. It's trended off, but that's what bull flags do. They fizzle out. We can still see it here, right? You still got your high, your lower high, your lower high, and it's making like a triangle, right? That's a bull flag. They don't always confirm, but more times than they do break up. So the only way I can see this breaking down is if Bitcoin kicks the bucket, right? So if Bitcoin decides to retest its 21-week sometime in the near future, then I don't even know where the heck my 21-week is. It's not even there. Let's get it back on there. I'll show you how to, if you guys don't know how to get your moving averages, let's walk you through it. Moving. Hopefully you know how to spell that. Average. Then you go down to where it says exponential. Click it. If you want 4 of them, you click it 4 times. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but if you look to the left, it'll be popping up. So if you click it 700 times because you don't see anything, you're going to have quite a few lines to move over there. So I like my 21 at yellow, and then you can change it to whatever thickness you want down here. Just X that out, and there it is. Now something doesn't look right about that. Let's go check our inputs. So yeah, we're on 9. That's the 9 weeks. So you got to change that to 21. Pretty big factor to remember. There we go. I didn't think we were that close to the 21 week. So this is your 21, your 50, 100, and 200. So on Bitcoin on the weekly, last bull run in 2017, we tested this about 6 times during the last year of the bull run. We haven't even tested it yet. Way back here, before even liftoff. So at some point in the not so distant future, in the next few weeks, few months, we would probably be coming back to this. And when that happens, most altcoins that you see, every altcoin, will likely go down. Because look at the drop here. If we were to get a drop to it today, doesn't happen, 35%. So right now we're 35% away from that. So when that happens, and if it does it dramatically, like with a few of these big red candles, then altcoins will be temporarily hurting more than that. So that's a 35% drop for Bitcoin. Most altcoins will be significantly more than that. I would say at least 35, 45, 55, up to maybe 70, 80%. So that'll be a rough day. You haven't seen a rough day yet if you're new. Those will be times that you want to give up, and those are the times you can't give up. And you got to stay strong and not sell, because once it hits this, it'll more than likely be lightning fast, sometimes within minutes, back out of there, and you'll drop 20, 30% in a day, and then within a week from then, you'll be up 100%. That's just how they work when you're back tested. You can go back to 2017 and just see how far and how fast that these got out of there. I mean, look at the moves up, and then the test, and then a whole week. I mean, just, what is this move? Just 1 week candle. It went down 31% in 1 week, and then the very next week, it prints a bullish engulfing candle way back out of it after going up 55%. So it happens very quick. So that's why in a bull market, it's just better if you don't have experience of what's going on. It's just better just to hold, because you would have gone from $3,000 to $1,800, almost a 50% drop, right? 45% drop in a matter of just over a month. And then 2 weeks later, you're making all-time highs again. So this is the cautious tale that I try to harp on for new people. It's just, with this move, it'll seem like Bitcoin is done forever. All the news will be saying Bitcoin's done, going to zero. And 2 weeks later, it'll be all-time highs. So going back to today, if Bitcoin drops, and when it drops, maybe it doesn't do it for a while. So this moving average is moving up hundreds of dollars per week. So even if the longer it takes, even if we move down, it'll still continue to move up and flatten off. This would be the ideal position. Maybe Bitcoin, the 21 week is 45 grand in May, and then we just test it and then bounce right back off of it. And then a few weeks later, we're $65,000, $70,000. We don't know. So that's just a scenario to keep in mind. But when that happens, you can bank on it that Twitter, Reddit, the news, CNN, everybody and their brother will be thinking Bitcoin is going much lower. And you need to know that more than likely, not 100%, nothing is certain in crypto, more than likely that 21-week EMA or the 20-week SMA, those are simple moving average versus exponential. Exponential just moves a little faster with prices. One of those lines will hold, and it won't be long that we're there, more than likely. If you guys could please hit the like button. Our like to viewer ratio is catastrophic. It's like the Titanic. You got a ticket, but you didn't get to the other side. That didn't make any sense. Can I cover the top 100 NFTs? SNX, we can look at SNX, but I haven't made a video on that in a while. Maybe I'll do another one soon. There's SNX. So it's same. Look at that. It's almost the exact same formation as Aave on the weekly chart. Look at that. When in doubt, zoom out. I mean, this is even better. Look at this. Look at the flat bottoms here, guys. Now, if we see this breaking down more and more and more and come back, I would expect Bitcoin, just like on Aave, I would expect only to retest if Bitcoin kind of continues to drop and goes back to test the 21 week. But so far, this is looking fine. On the weekly is your best buddy in a bull market. Gets you the big picture trend. The more you zoom in a bull market, the more you're going to scare yourself. But look at the volatility on this. Look at these wicks. Anytime you have a bunch of wicks like this, top and bottom, prices are just a lot of volume, which is never a bad thing. But yeah, SNX looks okay right now. Okay, XLM. Say something positive about XLM before you go to bed. All right, let's see if we can pull it up here. Do you guys like these lines better? I made them brighter for you. Brighter, thicker. Could make a joke there, but I'm not going to. Look at the squeeze play happening with XLM right now. Look how it's just getting wedged in between these moving averages. You see that? Like starts bigger. I mean, I can draw it for you if you guys need to put on your glasses, but you see how it gets thinner and thinner here? So we're due for a decision here at some point soon. We got to hold this 50-day, or we're probably more than likely going to the 100-day, which is what, 33 cents roughly right now. Right now we're still about 40 cents, so we're still good. We've kind of just been flat since our drop, right? 38 cents back in February 23rd, almost a month now. Hasn't really done anything. But it has held nice support down here. Nothing's going crazy. It's not dropping down and then spiking up. It's just staying pretty level-headed right now. So still not worn out yet. He's still got another pump left in him. We don't know yet. But look at the macro trend. Look how similar some of these are. So this is like a little pump, long beak. My analogies are horrific. The beak. So we got another jump up, and then look. Do you see the similarities here? History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. It's I gotta coin that phrase. And then like another bigger move up, and then just a longer play out. So nothing alarming yet. If we start closing candles under this 50, that's when we need to wake up a little bit, and hopefully your 100 holds. But that's a big if. If we get it back above our 21 week, 41 cents, then we need to hold that, and then maybe we can move up again. So that's XLM for the cross the pond people and the USA people. I think I'm way behind in the chat. We got 73 people, only 36 likes. What's up, Asian Punk? Got a lot of early subscribers on here. That's cool. Asian Punk is definitely in my top 10. I think I just saw Shanika in here. Saint Resin, what's up? Everyone's here. Got some good stuff at the beginning of the video, guys, with trading pairs if you want to go check that out. If you didn't start at the beginning and you just fast forwarded to see me live as fast as possible. Hey, we got 1 like after my mention. Thanks for just watching and definitely not hitting the like button. All right, I'm reading through the comments. So Jeremy asks, why has Bitcoin not touched the 21 weeks as it has in previous years? Yeah, that's a good question, because we don't really know. It's making all the people that have been around for years since the last bull run, we're all getting a little nervous, because this is we're approaching the longest ever that Bitcoin hasn't touched the 21-week EMA. I think it's coming up, like maybe next week will be the longest ever. I don't know the exact date, but I'm going to find out for you. That's a good question. But we're close. Like a decade, over a decade, Bitcoin's touched the 21-week before it's coming up. What's up, Nate? Manhattan, New York. Is there other Manhattans? The only Manhattan. Chase Manhattan, the bank. It's after me, of course. Link, he's holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, Uni, SNX, and Aave. Stay strong, Nate. That's a good stack. That's a good setup. I approve. Maybe add some Uni's a good pick. I like Uni. Uni's my number 6 Bitcoin. So I have a top 5. My top 5, if you don't know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Cardano. Anybody got the final one? Polkadot is number 5. My 6 would be Uniswap, and 7 would probably be Avalanche. So like Polkadot, Chainlink, Uniswap, those haven't seen a bull run yet. So it's usually wise to have maybe a few coins that haven't seen a bull run when you're starting to enter a bull run, because there's no psychological levels to watch. They could technically do anything they want to. So usually some coins that are newer like that could usually do, 20, 50x, 100x. It's possible. I mean, Cardano was like 3 or 4 cents a year ago today, and it's at $1. Where's Cardano at? $1.24. So it's up $1.20. I mean, that's a pretty good move in a year. Astronaut says, people are saying December is the peak of the bull run. Is this true? Well, nobody knows when the peak of the bull run is. Otherwise, they would be filthy rich, right? Nobody knows. They're guessing. But people that are smarter than me don't think that that's quite possible mathematically. We might have like a double top like we did a few cycles ago, right? I could pull that up and maybe I'll do a video on that. The double top cycle. Although none of my videos that I do on Bitcoin get any views ever. It's like a few hundred. So it's not really worth my time, but maybe I'll go over that with some of my people that want to learn. I think my personal opinion is that Bitcoin is going to have a double top cycle. So we're going to go up. I think maybe just shy of 100, maybe to 100. I don't think we'll see 100 quite in the next, sometime this year, and then we'll have a cool off phase for months at a time going into the next year, 2022, and then we'll kind of have another peak up, and that will be our final blow off. So I still think we're 12, 18 months out from a cycle top. And that would be good for Bitcoin, because the longer we take to get to the top, the higher the prices can go. So if we zoom out here, now we are going to have a cool off here sometime soon. So I mean, if we go to 100 now, I mean, look how much higher that would be. If zooming out here, let me put it back on auto, but I mean, you can see how extended we are. Look at the last bull run back here. Look how this pipsqueak run, but look how vertical that got. Almost straight up and down, right? On zooming out. So we're still not quite straight up and down yet, but we're close. So if we don't have a pullback here soon, then yeah, it'll crash hard. If we go like from 57 to 75 or 80 without testing that 21 week, it's gonna be a serious wake up call at some point. So we don't know. If you look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, this is on the daily, but we're still so far extended from this. But I don't think that we're anywhere close to a market cycle peak. I don't think we're going to go over 100K this year. We'll see. Time will tell, right? But if we start testing this again soon, all those people that are calling for a top in this year or December, they'll start changing their story pretty quick here. So we only have, I think we'll know a lot more, like say June, July, if we're not rapidly approaching, 100K. They'll start changing their story. So I'm going to stick by my story, and I do not think we are in for a cycle top this year. That was a long rant. Thanks for hitting the like button. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Bitcoin, someone said, do you think Bitcoin will hit the EMA during this bull run? It has to at some point. It just doesn't keep going straight up and up and up. Now, during this pullback, everyone thought we were going to it. During this pullback, everyone thought we were going to it. and it reverses. So if we drop again, everyone will think we're going to it. At some point, it's going to do it. My money is on the next few months. I would say like May at the latest. And that's even like, I mean, it could happen next week, guys. You have to be prepared. But know that we're in a bull run, and this would be our first test of it. Doesn't mean we have to test it 6 times like the last bull run, but the odds of us just going straight to 100K without touching it is, I mean, I can't imagine a world that happens, but I guess we'll see in short time, won't we? Yeah, guys, coins that aren't in my top 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or whatever doesn't mean I don't like them or anything like that. It's just I found my top 5 and I've made money with those, so I just prefer to be hyper focused on a few coins, stick to those, become a master at those, and you'll find out if you get really good with a few coins, you don't need anything else. It doesn't matter. If you own Ferraris your whole life or Hondas or whatever you have, and you become accustomed to that, do you care about a new Kia or a new Corvette or whatever? No. If you become brand loyal, so to speak, if that's a good analogy, you don't care about other things, because if that starts to make sense to you, good. But like, yeah, that's why I only have a few coins, because I'm really good with those coins. I can make all the money I need to on those. I don't need to gamble with any other coins. So, not that my coins are the best coins or anything like that. Your coins could be better than mine for sure. There's a lot of coins that have higher ROIs than a lot of my coins, but I just know that I can make sufficient money with that, and I prefer just to be hyper focused on a few rather than kind of focused on 20, if that makes any sense to anybody. Polkadot. Sophie wants Polkadot. Sophie gets Polkadot. Sorry, I'm behind in the chat, so I'm not ignoring you. If I skipped over you, just type your question again. It's getting yeah, we're just getting more people on these chats. So, all right, Polkadot on the weekly. We're still getting. This is still looking fine. No, I haven't seen a coin yet that looks like scary or anything. So this is Polkadot on the weekly. Polkadot on the daily. We still haven't even had 2 candles close below the 21 day. So this is more bullish than most. We had one brief here, but we didn't confirm it, and we got back above it the next day. A lot of wicks, a lot of volatility, a lot of buyers and sellers. See all the wicks? Just means prices are going up and down each and every day. So these are on daily candles. But even with our huge drop, we didn't even get even close to a candle. So DOT's looking very nice. No issues with that at all. Yeah, I think on Cardano, I think there's probably a lot of if I had to guess what happened today, instead of pumping, it's not that like anything's technically wrong with Cardano, and I don't think it's going to go down a whole lot lower before it goes up. But I mean, it could with Bitcoin. You got to keep the asterisk on everything I say here. Is like, if Bitcoin remains bullish. So Bitcoin's the market mover. Whatever it does, everything else follows. So at least for now, I think that could happen, change over time. But what was I saying about the Polkadot? I don't know. Someone refresh my memory. I get off track and then I forget. I start reading the comments. Hey Jared, I'll do Ren in just a second. Oh, Cardano on the listing. Oh yeah. Cardano on the listing today. So I think if you remember, March 13th or whatever was a year ago from our drop, our huge drop, and I think a lot of whales and big money, or a lot of people just cumulatively bought, around 13th to 14th, and in the United States at least, which a lot of people on Coinbase Pro are from the United States, they were eligible for long-term capital gains, which you have to hold 365 days in order to get those, which is much less. Long-term capital gains are much less than short-term capital gains in the United States. So when that came on to Coinbase Pro, I think a lot of people cashed in their 369-day holdings, got the long-term capital gains because they were expecting a pump, all the new money coming into it, the stimulus check, so to speak. And I think a lot of people have been holding a long time, cashed out a little bit. So I think that's, if I had to guess, that's my best guess. All right, Jared wants Ren, so we're doing Ren next. Let me make sure there's nothing else. Cybertruck. Yep, I'll have one of those at the end of this year. All right, Ren, focus. All right, Ren on the daily. Look at that jump up. All right, so we're beneath the 21-day right now. What we got? We got 30 minutes until close here, so we'll see where this closes. But as of right now, this is not a bullish candle. That is a bad-looking candle. But these two were good candles. So you want the wicks on the bottom, not the top, and you certainly don't want a thin body. See a thin body like this? A thin body is well, we'll see. We'll see where it closes. But if it closed like right here, that would not be a great sign. You'd much rather have a thicker red body, honestly. Because when you have price opening and closing near the same level, and then buying or selling pressure at the top like this, that means buyers are kind of giving up. And usually you're going to be going a little bit lower. But the good sign is the 50-day is held perfectly. We haven't even come close to hitting that yet. So I would expect $1 to hold, at least for the short term, if we go down. Now, this also, if this prints at this level, but in the short term, we want to get back above 113 there. If you can see that moving average. That's on the daily. Weekly still looks fine, though. Look at the run-up. We're still fine on the weekly. So we would like to hold this formation on the week, which we have 3 days left. We'd want to kind of hold this as our bottom, right at that same level, $1.04. If we can close a weekly candle, even with this one, which this one closed at $1.04, $1.05. If we close at $1.04 again, no cause for concern so far. So I hope that helps you. So someone asked, what is the difference between short-term and long-term capital gains in the United States? So that depends on how much you have made. So I think it can be, short-term capital gains could be, it ranges. It just depends. It doesn't really matter if you're only making a few $1,000s, but if you start to get, $100,000 in profits or $1 million in profits, that can add up real quick. So it's more than half. It can be more than half. Sometimes, a third of them. So long-term capital gains, on $1 million, so if you made $1 million, I think you could pay like 10%, versus short-term capital gains on $1 million is like, you could be 40%. It's nutty. It's huge. Huge difference. Hey, Rod. Appreciate it. Miss Rodriguez, right? Alexis? I think I remember. You're welcome, Jared. We'll see you tomorrow. There you go. Johnny's got it down to a science there. I haven't looked yet. I'm not doing my taxes yet. I'm delaying it. Even though I didn't have a whole lot of sales, but earlier in the last year. Yeah, I can do sushi, Austin. This is Timmy wants to know what cars I have on my desk today. I still have the Audi R8 up here from my video earlier in the week. I've got obviously all my McLarens because I actually want one of those in real life, so those kind of take up a position. But I guess I have I don't know if I've shown you guys this. I'm sure I have. I have the 675 LT. Just a little one. I got a big one in the in like a glass case over here. Show you that sometime for all my car lovers. Oh my god, we got a spam. First time, guys, we have a spammer in the comments. We have a scam dude in the comments. I've never seen it on my channel. I've seen it on other big guys, but anybody that asks you to pretends to contact me on WhatsApp, I don't have a WhatsApp. I'll never have a WhatsApp. Don't ever contact anyone on WhatsApp. Are you guys nuts? You guys see that scammer dude? And it doesn't do any good to report them because they're not a real person. They're usually a bot or some guy in Nigeria with 87 hacked accounts. It doesn't do any good. So YouTube's got to have to some kind do it, get rid of them somehow. But Xlm, yeah, we did Xlm, Alexis. Well, I can do that. Is it Alexis? I gotta make sure of that because I don't know if you're messing with me that day. Yeah, should make a sign of the times, right? If I'm getting scammers in the chat, I mean, I got to be moving up a little bit in life. Oh, Timmy, what Ferraris do I have? I have that Monza on my desk still. I think it's my favorite Ferrari. I don't know why. The one-seater? Do you want me to hold it up for you, Timmy? Timmy wants... Hey, cars come first in my boat. I love cars. If you couldn't tell. Ferrari Monza. SP1. One-seater. I think these are a couple million, so I probably won't be getting one of these anytime soon. But hey, if Chainlink gets to 1,000, I mean, maybe 2. Yeah, Johnny's got some good tax advice. Contact him. I haven't looked at vet yet. I'll do vet. I do have a 911. I've got a couple 911s model cars. I think I've got 3. I've got a blue one, a red one, and a silver one. They're all different. They're all like a little bit different trims. Maybe I'll break them. Maybe I'll start doing like car manufacturer of the day. Break out all my cars from that manufacturer. Blow your mind. Xlm. Let's focus, people. All right, Xlm. All these coins look the same. There's no cause for concern yet, people. Look at these lines. Oh, now I've done it now. Press the button too soon. See that? There's your line. Until you cross your, when you have candles closing in the past, your all-time high got rejected from that level. Then we closed there. Then we come down and showed support. This is on a weekly time frame. This is much more powerful than a 1 day or a 4 hour. So you got to look at these structures like this. So if we come down, like I said, anything that moves down is likely going to get a bounce off of your 21 week. Now that doesn't mean you're going to go right to it. You could get a wick down even, I mean, it depends on the momentum of Bitcoin's drop. If Bitcoin drops hard and fast, you can bet that altcoins will drop hard and faster. So just because Bitcoin taps on the 21 week doesn't mean that other coins won't briefly drop below it, if that happens. But first of all, let's not get ahead of ourselves. 39 cents. If we start closing a candle this week, we still have 3 days. But if we can close around this level, all good. Xlm. But we did talk about Xlm earlier. If you want to go check back what I said earlier, it wasn't the same. A couple different things. See what else we got. that Louis Paul Romero, do I have a Lambo? Like the model car? I have more Lamborghini model cars than any other car. And I also have that's my background. Here, real quick. There you go. The Centenario. My favorite car of all time. In that color, everything. It's only 3 million. Not too bad. Alright, bet. Get me back on chain, people. VeChain. Alright. What are we complaining about? We want to know how fast it's going to go to the moon or to Galactus, or... this looks beyond bullish, right? They haven't even got no signs of stopping here. This on the daily, the weekly looked even better. You go down to the 4-hour. Look at that. No matter what time frame you're on, if you can hold a moving average, look at that. This is on the 4-hour. It means not much. But when you're holding even smaller time frame moving averages, that's very bullish. So you can see we got a little correction. This is on the 4-hour, so we don't usually go down this low, but we're still holding this until we start getting tangled up again like this. Until you see that cross on the 4-hour, we can even go down lower if you want. We're on live stream. We can do whatever we want. No one can stop us. Look at that. It's even trending. It's even trying to hold on the 1-hour. It's pretty unusual for coins to just continue to hold. When are we going to break that? 15-minute? All right, 15-minute. We're looking a little more sketchy, right? Still macro uptrend. VeChain. You want to go to the 1-second chart and get real crazy? Not much volume. When you have gaps like that, this means you don't have enough volume to kind of print it. But this is the 1-second chart. On Bitcoin, it's fun to watch. Maybe we'll do that later. But VeChain macro trend, good and good. Just watch for it. If it comes back down, you don't want to break. Kind of see those tops of those candles there. A couple closes right in there. I don't know, 67 cents. Still 10 cents away from that, but your EMA is, your 21 EMA on the daily is what, about 63 cents? It'll probably be 65, 70 cents if we start flattening off here. Because these rises quick. So all looks good there too. What's up, William? What's up, everybody? Please remember to give us a like. Did I say something about BitBoy down here? Let me look. I'm reading the comments. Trying to catch up here. Oh man, what happened with the pie chart and BitBoy? I don't even. I'll probably go watch that. BitBoy started a long time ago, so that's why BitBoy is really big. Plus, he does like the moonshots, which, whatever. He's the most successful person right now, but so it's hard to say anything. No hate. Wear Lambo. This is just my desk. I only got a couple cars. I have like hundreds of model cars. I've been collecting since I was 5 years old. That's all I'd ask for Christmas. So they like monopolize my house. I need a bigger house so my wife gives me a room just for my cars. Yeah, that's crazy. So Christopher asked, isn't it ridiculous that you can be taxed for digital asset to digital asset transfers? So like when you sell, so if you went from Chainlink and transferred it to Bitcoin, or you converted Ethereum to Chainlink or vice versa, those are all taxable. It's insane. We're not even cashing out. I could see if you cash out and you're going to go buy something or cash out to your bank account, but I think it's a little obscene that you're just transferring between coins and we're going to tax you on it. It has nothing to do with the United States dollar. Get out of here. That's my situation. It's my feeling. But can't fight the tax man. So Keith asks, how low do you think Link will retrace in the next bear market? Well, the previous bear market, Link did a 10x when everything else was going down, and especially against Bitcoin. It was gaining massive grounds on Bitcoin in the last bull market, or bear market, excuse me. So who knows? We don't. It just depends on what Link does in the rest of this bull market, right? So I think Link will easily see triple digits during this bull cycle. It could happen this year even. I at least see double these prices, $60, $70 Chainlink within this year at the most. I mean, that's like super conservative. I will be like, I'll probably quit if Chainlink's not above $60 by the end of this year. It's not possible. I should like make a huge bet with someone. Like, I'll trade you my car. We'll trade cars depending on if Link's above $60 by the end of this year. I'm that confident. Had to unsubscribe from BitBoy. Why did you subscribe in the first place? Peter says you can't pay taxes on your crypto if you buy high and sell low. Hey man, that's the best sentence typed of the night right there. It's hilarious. You actually, I mean, you could capitalize on it as a loss, right? You could write it off. That's good. So yeah, you only pay taxes on your gains, guys. If you don't know, like if you lose money, they actually give you credits for that. You should file that as well if you're super new. And also, like, you only pay on your gains. So if you have 100,000 and you go to 100, now you're at 150,000 by the end of the year. You're only paying gains. You're only paying taxes on the 50,000, not all the 150,000. Some people get that wrong as well. So it's not quite as bad. And then also, you're only taxed on that bracket of 50,000, which it's whatever your total income is of the year. So a lot of stuff. Consult your tax attorney, tax advisor on that. A lot of weird stuff going on. Bit scam boy. Now, children play nice. He does do a lot of hype, but that's why he gets the most views. Yeah, people that put, shocked faces in every video and, $57,000 Ethereum next month. I mean, people want to see what you have to say because people love hopium. People don't love facts or learning somehow. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Anybody know what that's from? No. Somebody knows. Volcanoes, that's right. I put some volcanoes on there. Yeah, I gotta do my thumbnails are a little, I don't say clickbaity, but I have to do something to get people to try to click on them. But once you click on my videos, you should be able to see that, like, I'm not that person that says we're doing that, right? But I just have to get the people to click on it. YouTube gives you a bunch of like recommendations, and they recommend all that stuff. So my bad if you don't like some of my thumbnails or you think they're too clickbaity, but I have to do it. Otherwise, nobody clicks. I've tried doing like the chart things like some people do and just posting like what's on my screen now. I get 10% of the views that I normally get. So Seinfeld, Tobias wins nothing. Seinfeld, you got Seinfeld. Nailed it. Good, Sophie. Yeah, learning is what people should be investing in. You shouldn't try to find out what coin's going to 3000x next week. You should take whatever money you're going to invest and invest it in learning so that you can decide for yourself what's going to move next week and not listen to some YouTuber that got rich off of you watching them. I think Cardano is a long way from VM finish, guys. No matter what we do in the short term, I'm long-term bullish on Cardano. Yeah, if I just typed in my thumbnail, this coin will 10x next week, I'd probably get my most views ever. I feel bad about some of the thumbnails I do. I'm like, oh, I don't even know. When I have to do like the all caps and the 72-point font, it's terrible, but it's recommended. Yeah, Lewis wants to teach about parallel channels and how to use that and TA. So yeah, we can look at it real quick. So the parallel channels is up here on your moving average. Now teaching takes a little bit more time. It's not like just so I show you this once doesn't mean like you got it. So you got to do repetition on parallel channels. But so did you see what I clicked there? If I went too fast, so you got your cursor at the top, right? Then your next one, you just click that right arrow. And you got your trend lines. I use this a lot, the horizontal ray. Because if you use the trend line and try to draw sideways, sometimes you can draw it crooked. You often will. But the horizontal ray will be perfectly level. So try that out. Parallel channels right here. So if you could... nothing on here is really great to use it for. I could show you some of my videos I've used it, and it's been okay. You want a couple touch points. It doesn't have to be like a trend line, right? So you can kind of have it. This takes a little bit more teaching than I have the ability to do on here, but so basically you would draw it from. You want to draw it from your macro area, your thick area, so you can have like bubbles outside of it. Let me see if I can find a better example here. So I guess like link maybe would work better. I can do this more on Telegram. Join our Telegram. If you're on their Telegram, I can do a chart for you and kind of explain it a little bit better. But I don't want to take everybody's time. But the parallel channel is right there. So you can just once you draw it like just like a trend line, then click it and drop it down. And then if you find it short, you just drag it out more, right? And then when you draw it properly, you're going to have price action that mainly stays above that trend line, or you can see that it starts following it there, right? And then if you're above or below it, you look at that, it acts as support if you come down to it, and usually, more often than not, you're going to move back up. And it looked like it tried to, right? But then Bitcoin must, this is where we had the Bitcoin drop, right? So then we dropped down, and yeah, it wanted to keep going, but you can see also this M pattern. That's not a good sign. M is not good, but W is good, and we're forming that right now. On the other side, see this line here, W up. So we wanted to confirm this back up. If we go down much more, it's going to be invalidated. But if that continues, then we should make a higher high on Chainlink. A lot of information there. Sorry if I moved too fast or whatever. But if you want to join our Telegram, I can chart this and show you a parallel channel or whatever. Crypto Gizmo, what's up, man? Yeah, a lot of people don't log in. I get that. If you don't want to log in to that's understandable. All right, what else we got? We got 86 people in here. Appreciate it, guys. We're sticking around. We also have, I should link my Twitter and Telegram. Let me see if I can do that. I'll put a Telegram in the chat here. Maybe, if I can figure out how to do it real quick without disturbing y'all. I think I got a whole series posted up here somewhere. I'll put this in the chat. See if that worked. Like Telegram and Twitter I put in there. Long-term bullish on ADA. Short-term, we don't know. We just gotta. I mean, the chart looks bullish. Watch my video from this morning. Everything in the chart looks like it's fine on Cardano. So, but short-term, we don't know just because of all the sellers, and I think the long-term capital gains, I think, is probably what kind of tricked everyone today a little bit. But Coinbase, it's good. Cardano is only listed on Coinbase Pro, not Coinbase. I mean, they're owned by the same people, but they're not putting it live on Coinbase yet for some reason. Peter's on fire with the funny comments today. GIF, dude. GIF. G. Is someone saying peanut butter GIF? It's not GIF. It's GIF. Sushi, Uniswap. Yeah, Uniswap is definitely up there. Sushi, I don't have up. I can look at Sushi if you want. Still above 21 day. We had a little hesitation down in here, huh? A little bit, a couple scary times, but so far so good. We're back up above it. That's on the daily. So we get the weekly. And I mean, Sushi is just on a tear. Looks kind of like a dragon roll or a shrimp, right? That you get on Sushi. That's, I don't know. I don't know how my brain works. You should be able to buy Cardano on the Coinbase Pro app. I can do it. I mean, maybe you have to have some in there already. I don't know, but no, that's not true. I don't have my Cardano on Coinbase Pro. So I don't know what's up with. Are you in the U.S., Otter? I haven't heard anybody say they can't use it yet. Cardano should be live right now on Coinbase Pro. I checked it earlier. Looked like it was work for me. Do you have cash in there? You have to have. I assume you have to have money. I don't know, man. That's weird. And you shouldn't be able to take a screenshot in Coinbase Pro either. Are you sure you're not using Coinbase? Coinbase Pro usually doesn't allow screenshots. Godzilla's back. I agree. That does look odd, right? Look on that weekly. I've never seen the chart quite like that one. But younger coins are hard to like kind of predict, right? Because they're still getting their footing. So I usually don't try to chart anything that young. If you're gonna buy something this young, just buy and hold for a little bit. It's hard to do any TAM, anything like it's worth a damn. Yeah, maybe if you just open a new account on Coinbase Pro or something, maybe they have like a waiting period or, priority, something like that. What is it? STMX. Got it. Lunar. This has been around a while, right? We just recently went parabolic, huh? So over a year, almost a year, right? Hard to argue with what's going on there. Let's see what it looks like on total time. Look at on the monthly. 330% this month, so okay. What's the market cap of that? So it's still a micro cap. Yeah, usually I only look at coins over $1 billion. Yeah, you can make some money in these, but look at this back here. So it's already been. It started out even earlier than what we looked at 2017. Next level to watch just off of this chart, I mean, would be 67 cents. If you can clear that, then you could probably start getting much more out of hand. Volume is down 60% though. It's not usually a great sign. What else we got? Link Bitcoin. I think Link Bitcoin is coming around here. We're out of our despair, but we're still hanging around. We're still in a technical bear market with Chainlink against Bitcoin. I feel like this is going to start turning around here soon. But yeah, we're still waiting to make our big moves. I think this is coming this year. I think we'll have another kind of shift back to the upside like this. I think we're still back in these areas as far as the whole cycle. So I think Link is going to put in its move against USD and Bitcoin in the coming months. Certainly this year, I think summertime. July, August wouldn't surprise me. That's when it made its move last time, right? I would put it, I mean, look at what it did even April. First week of April, it did nothing but drop just all of March last year. And then April, it started turning it around. So look for this in springtime. Maybe we get back on, maybe we just pump up a little bit, and then we kick off in, 4th of July last year. I remember that's where it really started. July 4th, July 5th. So we'll look for that. I'm going June, July, August for Chainlink to put in some big moves. And I'm talking big moves. Peter, are you in? Peter's got the lines of the day. Do you think the tax man will accept a mistyped wallet address as a write-off? Lost your wallet in the boating accident, right? Hey, Joy. Yeah, we could look at KNC here. Oh man, we got another spammer in the chat. Yes, that's 2. Man, I'm getting up there. We have 2 spammers on the chat. We've never had 1. Oh my gosh, we're doing 3. All right, we got the same guy. He's got to go. Crypto Revolution. Not on this channel. Put user in timeout. I have an option to put a user in timeout. That's going to happen. I'm going to put him in timeout. Anybody have a dunce cone I can send him? Maybe I'll make a... Oh man, he's going. All right, I'll just kick him because he keeps trying to type. All right, let's see what else we got. Joy wanted KNC. We'll do KNC for Joy. Kyber Network, right? If I recall. Dang. Yeah, it got nice moves. I looked at it earlier today. It was up at 3 something. Yeah, it kind of looks like what kind of Cardano did a few days ago, right? Or yesterday. Cardano was putting this in. Joy, I can look at this more and tell you if we're approaching a decent sell level here. I'll look at it more and shoot me a message on Telegram. I know I've seen you on there, so. But yeah, that's a heck of a move. If we get a massive jump like that in a day, I'll sell some. I don't know how much I would sell. Depends on my indicators, but when a move like this ensues, 25% in one day, It's usually a safe bet to just take a little bit off the top. 5-10%. But not financial advice. You can do what you want. You could go another $3,000 by tomorrow. Just ask Bitboy. So Ethan, what exchanges or wallets do I use? So I use for exchanges, I have Coinbase Pro is my main one. Then I also have Binance a little bit on there, and also have Phemex, Phemex. And then let's see what I got here. I'll show you for my wallet. I use this. This is not a paid promotion. This is actually what I have. You can see that I have it. Ledger Nano X. Yep, that's it. This is pretty cool. If you buy these, guys, if you buy a wallet, no matter what you buy, Ledger or whatever, do not buy them on Amazon. Do not buy them from anywhere except for the manufacturer. They can be hacked otherwise. Don't do it. I've heard a lot of stories from friends, people that have been around in crypto a long time. Do not buy a hardware wallet from anyone but the manufacturer. Easy enough. If it's another $4, are you going to risk your entire portfolio over a little bit extra money? Don't do it. If you already did it, I mean, it might be worth getting another one. Moonhammer. Joy, do I think there's anything to people saying a double top in Bitcoin like 2013? Like, let's go look at Bitcoin. Like, there's no double top yet. I mean, what do they think? It's going to just hit right here? I mean, usually a double top is a decent amount of time away. I mean, a double top in 4 days is not a double top. It's just no, I don't think that's what we're going to see here. I think we're going to see, I don't think we're done here either. I don't think we're seeing the top of Bitcoin. Now, maybe we go test the 20-week moving average or whatever first. But as far as this year, I do not think 2021 of 60 whatever thousand for Bitcoin is the top. It's my own opinion, but it's everything that I've seen and heard myself. I do not believe that. I think we're going to go higher in the coming months and then have a pullback and then do an even bigger rally than this. Either end of this year or next year. I still think we have at least a year before we do a blow off top like we did in 2017. We haven't even tested the 21-week one time yet. We tested it 6 times during this run. I think we have a long ways to go. ADA? Let's look at ADA. Well, ADA looks pretty good on that. Is it crashing? What, on the 1 second chart? Let's look at Cardano on the 1 second chart and see if it's crashing. So much information. There's like 1 minute ago over here. If you guys never seen the 1 second chart before, it's pretty entertaining. You usually want like Ethereum or Bitcoin because there's generally not enough volume on any other coin to entertain the 1 second chart. But Cardano will be fine. I mean, it was at $1 like 2 or 3 days ago, right? If you guys aren't following us on Telegram yet, just join us on Telegram. If you want to learn more, if you're new here, we have a Patreon account. Starts at intro rate of $35. You get a private Telegram channel. You get free updated weekly private charts there, and you get a weekly video that's just on there. So try that out. The next bear market might be nothing to worry about. I assume that's what you're saying there, Christopher. And yeah, there's actually decent evidence that the next bear market won't be nearly as bad as the one we just had. It was like, what, 3 years, almost 2.5 years, and then, you know, substantial correction. So I don't think the next bear market will be quite as bad or as long. So lemons out of lemons. Oh yeah, 900 people watch this back. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen anything close to that. We got 79 people here, 83 likes. Appreciate you guys. What else do we want to look at? I'm sure I missed somebody's comment on, oh, Adam. ATOM. I can do Adam. Thought I had it here. There it is. Well, let's take it off the 1 second chart. All right, so on the daily, Adam's looking good. Can you guys see these moving averages better? If you've on my live streams before, some people have tough time seeing these moving averages. So hopefully that's better. I made them thicker and brighter. So weekly on Atom, we're still good. Like most coins, look at this. We have a big run up, and we're holding support up here. So if Bitcoin can just level off and steady, or even go up, I mean, Bitcoin steadies off, then we have a good chance of all altcoins continuing a nice move. But even if Bitcoin goes up and the short term goes to like 70K, most coins will just slowly get dragged up with it. But they're not going to put any substantial moves like this as long as Bitcoin continues the high volatility. It's just not going to happen. It's not the way it works. If Bitcoin did something like this, altcoins would be soaring. I can promise you that. See how this is kind of just sideways movement? That's what you want out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin does this for weeks on end. This is over a month, right? If Bitcoin did something like this, altcoins would be skyrocketing. But so far, nothing concerning on Atom. It's held for the most part the 21-day. It hasn't even touched the 50-day. A lot of coins have bounced off of the 50-day or even below that right now. So if you hold Atom, I mean, this is certainly not a bad one. Atom's on my list here, so I like Atom for this bull run. GME, I'm not, yeah, no thanks. Well, Cardano, someone said, do you see the advantages of price and speed of transactions with ADA versus ETH? So, well, just to put it as blunt as possible, Cardano is just a hedge against ETH, right? So I hold both just for that reason. So if something happens with one, you got the other. So, I mean, is one better than the other? You know, that's arguable. There's people that would argue on both sides, just like, you know, Ferrari, Lamborghini. There's people that would swear by one and not the other. And so I like both of them. I think there's a bit place for both. So I don't think one's going to kill the other. So if that's as peaceful as I can make it without, I feel like people love Ethereum or hate Ethereum and then love Cardano or hate Cardano. So I'm a peaceful cryptopian. Keep the peace. Just buy them both. Yeah, Chainlink, I believe in it. Yeah, Chainlink is the majority of my portfolio. You bet your ass I believe in Chainlink. Yeah, so like yeah, DOT versus ADA versus Ethereum. But Ethereum has over 4 times the market cap of Cardano, Chainlink, and Polkadot combined. Ethereum is way ahead of the curve right now. And then Bitcoin has 4x the market cap of Ethereum. So if you don't, that should put it in perspective for you how big those top 2 guys are. Crow, we could look at Crow. Call it Crow. What exchange shall we do? A lot of ups and downs, huh? I mean, that's a hell of a green and a red back to back. So any coins like that, kind of or any moves like that, you really can just kind of omit, right? Like just take the average of the move, and it's just up. If you just eliminate those, because those are about the same, right? You get a little bit more green, but generally I just kind of ignore those if it's up and down real quick. It's just a 1-day thing. But look at the volatility though in this. Kind of a roller coaster to the T, huh? So not really any opinions on this. I don't have any, but I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. Like I said earlier, just because I don't have your coin or don't mention it doesn't mean I hate it or I don't believe in it or anything like that. It's just, like I said, I have my list and I can make plenty off of that, and I'm more focused on just a few coins rather than 78 coins and trying to make $1 million by next Tuesday, even though that would be nice. I think Joy mentioned that we did VeChain in the early part of this. Joy, if you want to go back and check that out, but I mean, no signs of trouble for a VeChain. It already bounced off the 50-day, and you see like it's currently leaving planet Earth. Yeah, Femex is good. I use Femex. Luna. That's my dog's name. I probably should invest in that. I had 2 dogs. One of my dogs' name is Luna. For the moon, not the coin though. I mentioned one of my videos maybe that I do astrophotography as well, so I'm big into space stuff. Luna, we can do Luna. I can type it right. Most coins are either well above the 21-day or like right on it, or the 50-day, so more bullish than most right there. Still well above it. Let's look at the weekly. Even more above it. Look at this, kind of the takeoff phase, huh? Look how flat it was for 4 or 5 months before taking off. Now, depending on when you bought, like I said, if you bought back in these areas, I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking profits, guys. You don't want to watch if you bought back in here or here, and you're up 2 or 3x. It's never a bad idea. Just take 5 to 10% off the table, just in case you have a Bitcoin kicks the bucket, something like that. That's what I do. When we're up, if I've doubled my money, I take a little bit off. If we make another huge move like this, you make 20% in a day. I mean, how much greed do you got in you? Look at, it depends on where you buy. I mean, some people bought up here, right? So obviously you're probably holding a little bit longer if you bought at 20 bucks, but We have not looked at Litecoin. I'll go look at Litecoin. Algo? Yeah, we can go look at Algo. I got a guy on my Patreon that is a hardcore Algo fan. What did I put? Okay, Litecoin first, and then Algo. Remind me when I forget in 5 seconds. All right, here we are on Litecoin. Nothing too concerning yet, but I don't see anything. It's obviously not as quite as bullish looking as some coins, right? So we're flirting with our 21 day. We just looked at a couple of coins that are 50% above their 21 day. So altcoin's going to have to wait a little bit longer. We hope to bounce out of this. I don't see anything super bullish yet, but I mean, Litecoin's like what, still in the top 10, so number 9 coin. That's plenty of market cap to go. But yeah, as far as nothing concerning yet, but we did make a high on the macro trend and a lower high, but a lot of coins are doing that. So if we come back down and we break this and this closes here, it's tomorrow. Looks like we just closed right on it and then immediately opened our new daily candle dropping. So I would look for 185 to hold right now. Your green line, your 50-day moving average. If that breaks, then usually your next moving average is your next line of support. But so far, it closed below it with one candle, because red candles close on the bottom, green candles close on the top. So we've only closed one candle below the 50-day. Usually to break a trend or to break a moving average or whatever, you want to have 2 confirming candles. So we only got 1. Our next one closed up here, so still good. If we come back down again, we obviously want to have 1 or less candles close below the 50. We're going to hold that. You can see even back in here. Did it again. Break through it, closed. The very next day, you come back up. I think we talked about this when this happened, right before this jump up on one of our previous streams or videos. So 1 candle breaks it. The second candle would confirm it. If this was a red candle down here, we would have gone right to the, more than likely, you'd go right to your next moving average. But so far, so good. So hopefully that helps you. Bitcoin, dropping. Looks like it's dropping. That could also be why Litecoin's dropping, huh? If Bitcoin drops. Now, if Bitcoin comes back down here, we got to hold the 21 day, right? Currently, it's moving. You can see it moving on the left there in the yellow. 54.4 right now. So we got to hold support right there. If we don't, just like we just talked about, next moving average is down here. If we continue, if we start making crazy red candles, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we start moseying on our way down to the 21 week. But you can see even like this is a month right here. So it's not like we just fall right to it. It would take usually 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to retest it. If we had 2 or 3 candles like this in a row, it'd be pretty devastating for altcoins. The faster Bitcoin will drop to this moving average, the harsher it's going to be on altcoins for sure. Penny's got hearts in the chat for RSR. We'll do RSR, Penny. Oh, let's before we do that, let's look at Bitcoin on the 1 second chart, since it has got some action right now. We'll see if we get some heart attacks going. Now this is fun. It's entertaining to watch. 1 second chart, but you haven't seen this before. Imagine if these are like daily candles. It's pretty cool to watch in action. It's almost like someone drawing in real time. Just let me enjoy this for a few seconds, and then we'll go back to charting. We haven't had anybody drop off yet. Yeah, you can move a lot of almost every coin you can move from your coin to Bitcoin if you want to trade pairs like that. You like that 1 second chart, or is it too sketchy? That's funny, Ethan. That's probably true. We're in a bull market. You guys got to stay patient. Have a bigger mindset, bigger mind frame, especially if you're new. Even if we drop down, that's not the end. You gotta do what's Penny's RSR next. 1 millisecond. Well, Trading View only goes to 1 second, and you have to buy their top one, their premium one, their top package to get this. But figure it's worth it by making videos every day. What else are you gonna get a 1 second chart at? Anybody that has it doesn't usually use it, but I think it's fun for live streams. All right, we'll do RSR. Any other coins moving a lot right now? Looks like everything's just kind of just slowly going down, really. 2%, kind of across the board. Cardano's down 3%, almost 4%. But I mean, it was like I said, Cardano was at $1 like 2 or 3 days ago. It's up 18% still from just a few days ago. So put that in your head. Yeah, Bitcoin in 10 years, I think, will do very well. A lot of cryptos during the next bear market will get wiped out, in my opinion. There's like 8,000 cryptocurrencies now. I think that'll be reduced tenfold. I think there'll be less than 1,000 at the end of the next bear market. Everyone will, all the projects that don't have are kind of faking it. I think they'll get wiped out. It's going to get harder and harder to make new coins and gain market cap as these coins get bigger. All right, Lewis, see you, bud. Yeah, people freak out a little bit too much. You have too short of a mindset. If a 10% drop over a week or a day is scaring you, like it's cryptos, go join the stock market. Certainly in a bull run, like you're gonna have 30% pullbacks in weeks. That's part of the game. Like I said, last bull run, Bitcoin had 30% plus drops in the final stages of the blow off top bull run. 30% drops. We haven't had one yet. Not one. People think we're done with the bull run. Not even close. Look, it's like off the charts now. It's not even, it's on auto. It's like going off the screen. Look at that drop. if you want to get your best buy in, not financial advice, but what I would do is buy it anytime we're close to the 21-day or 21-week line and the EMA. Usually a decent time. Certainly the 21-week is better, but who knows when that's going to happen. And you're probably not going to feel real good when we get a 20-30% pullback to it. But that's the time to buy when you're scared. The time to buy a coin is not when it's done a 300% move in the past week. That's not the time to buy. No professional buys after a 300% rally. It could go up another 50%. It could go up another 200%. That's not how you're going to make money long term. You're going to make money long term by buying when everyone else is scared and when prices are at the 21-week, the 21-day. Like, this is the time to buy Bitcoin right here. This is not the smartest time to buy Bitcoin. Now, yes, in the future, prices will be higher than this. Almost assuredly, right? But if you're buying up here, you have to be ready for a move like this. You have to be ready to see your portfolio drop by 30% in weeks or a month, next month. If you're okay with seeing that and you just want to hold for long term, buying up here is fine. But if you want to know what the best buys are, it's your 21-week. When you're buying down here and nobody cares about Bitcoin, when nobody's talking about it, everybody thinks it's going back even lower. Back in here, everyone thought we were when we wicked down on that March drop, every single person that I came into contact with, besides the smart money, was saying we're all wait and buy it at 3,000. And it gets to 3,500 and then rocket ships out. Those people are still waiting, or they bought back in up here. The time to buy is when coins are down here, not up here. But like I said, if you're good and you just want to buy this and I'll hold it for the next year when Bitcoin's at 100K and sell at 100K, then fine. You just have to be mentally prepared to see it go from 56 to 35 to 40 to back up and back down and then up. You have to be ready for all that. If you can psych yourself up and prepare yourself for this, then you can buy anytime. Who cares? Certainly if you don't have any Bitcoin, maybe you just want some exposure to the market, maybe a pullback like this is a decent time to get in. But that's just my 2 cents, and that goes for any coin. Chainlink, that's on the monthly, but go to Chainlink on the, let's go Chainlink on the weekly. The best times to buy Chainlink were at our 21-week. Anytime right there. If you would have bought Chainlink at $10, $12, who cares? Even up here. If your average of Chainlink is $15, you're doing pretty good. You're not worried about a 10% drop or 3% drop today. If you bought back in here, you're not worried. Now, if you bought here, like a lot of people did do, you're probably pretty worried because this came next and you're probably freaking out and maybe a lot of people sold. Those are the people on social media that are saying Chainlink hasn't done anything, what it's doing, what's the cause for the holdup. Nobody that bought down here is saying anything bad about Chainlink, I promise. The people that are saying bad things about any coin, Ethereum, look at what Ethereum has done. I mean, I could do this all night. Look how much time you had to buy Ethereum. Look how much time you had to buy Ethereum. You had 2 years to buy Ethereum at any given price. The people that are saying Ethereum has not done anything for them lately are the people that bought right here. The people that bought down in here could give a crap what Ethereum's going to do tomorrow. It's not going to come back down here again, I can promise you that. So hopefully you felt some of that emotion. But I get that question a lot. A lot of big name YouTubers get that question a lot. When should I buy? This is when you buy. When everyone is scared and no one's talking about your coin and it's on the 21-week moving average, that's when you buy. Who cares? What if you bought you went all in on Ethereum at $700? It's $1,700 now. That's the risk you take by not investing early. this is where you take your risks back here, not up here. So if you want to maximize your gains, you wait until you get a revisit of your 21 week, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but if you're, like I said, if you're good with watching, if you buy it right now at $17.50 and you're good with Ethereum coming back down $500, going back to $1,200, going back to test its 21 week at $12.36 next week, buy now. But you have to be prepared mentally, physically, financially. You can't buy in and think that you're going to try to double your portfolio next month because some guy on YouTube, some whatever, gave you a tip and Ethereum's going to 2,500 in May 3rd. That's not going to work out well for you. And if you have to have that money, you're going to sell it if it starts dropping. You can't be trading around with money that you have to have back in an X amount of in 17 days or something like that. Don't do that. So if you're going to invest up in these areas, you have to be willing to hold long term. Long term is key. Certainly in a bull run, you're going to have a lot of chop in this area. Now, do I think Ethereum will be higher than 1750 in a year from now? Of course. Do I think it'll be higher than 1750 in a week from now? Who knows? But I don't care about a week. I buy in these areas. I last bought Ethereum December 25th, Christmas Day of 2019. That's how I can remember that. December 25th, 2019, I went all in on Ethereum. So, I've shown that on my Twitter page before. Because no one was believing me. But that's where I'm from. So, all these people that wondered when to buy in, there's my answer. I'll do RSR penny. All right, let me go look at RSR before I forget again and go off on tangents. So weekly, big trend. Look at the uptrend. There's a nice little parallel channel for you that we were talking about earlier. You see how nice and organized those steps are? It's like little steps. So as long as you can stay in those steps, you can go a little outside of that. Now you want to get your meat of your moves right in there. It doesn't matter. It's not a trend line. Okay, you're just trying to figure out kind of like the average, and you want to hold these out. Now this is on a weekly. It's on a weekly chart, so this is kind of big. You can zoom in, and it'll stay there. If you want to zoom in on a daily. So on a trend line, you want to draw obviously with candles, but on parallel channels, it doesn't really matter as much. You just want to get your, so you have a bubble up and a bubble out. That's fine. You just want to get your average tops in. If you could like calculate an average, like that would be a pretty good average for a top, right? And then if you calculate average bottom, it's kind of where you put it. It's kind of a loose thing. You're just trying to get a picture of where you are. And then you're drawing it correctly if you show like an average and it's acting as minor support, like you see here. See these candles all kind of following that dotted line, and right here it kind of was decisive, and it went back up, and then it came back down, and then it broke it, and now it's coming back up. Look, active resistance. That's how you know you're drawing your parallel channel correctly or not. If you have a couple interactions with this, and it kind of gives you a trend. So when you start coming out of it, like if we didn't, you had a couple candles here and you start getting worried. So then you would zoom in more. You can maybe pull it out more, but that's just in general. You don't want to use this to trade just with this. You never want to trade off of one indicator. You want to have a series of indicators, a system in place to be entering and exit trades. You don't want to just be blind buying unless you're going to buy and hold for a long time. So hopefully you found some of that helpful. Let me zoom in a little bit. That was the daily. We can look at the 4 hour. So just like we said before, I mean, it's a little bit more sketchy as you zoom in, as you can see. But so if you come down, first of all, we want to hold your moving averages like we've been holding. But if you come down, there'll also be another one to hold. You got your moving averages on the way down. If you want to pull this up on your chart, 7 Right now it's 7.5 cents. If you start getting outside of this and you go way down, then, you know, you can play around with this stuff. I can help you as well. Join us on Telegram. I have Patreon. If you want to learn more, I help people on there. If you have a coin that you want charted, people do that. A lot of people this morning on my Patreon just asked me to chart a coin. What do I see in that coin? What am I drawing this correctly? I'll look at it, analyze it, send it back to you. Easy. So try us out on Patreon. It's an intro rate of $35 a month. I think you'll find that's worth it. If you don't, you can just drop off. It's not doesn't like recur charge you. You can exit immediately. It just takes more time, more of my time. That's the only reason there's a cost. So I have a family, so you know, I make YouTube videos for free. That's fine if you want to check the prices. But for Patreon, if you want to learn more, if you're newer, you want to analyze more stuff, that's what that's for. Goodbye, Jack. All right, we got 99 people watching. What's up, Dane? Yeah, I can look at Alpha for you, bud. Just a minute. Let me get through the chat. I kind of went off on tangents there, so. Guys, I can't get to everyone's comment. I know you guys think like I'm just going to go in order and do everyone's requests. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to teach what I have to teach, and that's it. I can do a couple coins, but if you guys are going to be rude, I can just end it.